Hello and welcome to the Gemini Rogues latest video with Killers 05. Well, it's Killers 05, it is a top 5 tier 6 TDs.
Tank destroyers.
Yeah, tank destroyers.
As you can see, it's the British AT8.
88.
I haven't got a lot of historical information here about it because it never even saw a prototype.
Was it blueprint
What's this
only?
guy? Woo! I don't know why you would do it.
I don't know why. I just
Quite amusing though. Yeah, they were designed in 1943, but they never made it. They never even made so much as a prototype.
Was it blueprint only?
Yeah, they never even saw a wooden prototype on it, but it eventually led on to the Tortoise. The C, and one in Bovington with you know about, and a tier 9 on the tech tree. But as you can tell from looking at it, it's not too dissimilar to an AT2 at tier 5. No. Even the armour's the same, which kind of straight away.
How many they make? What?
I'm not even going to respond to that.
Sorry.
And before you ask, I'm going to get it in now. You can't play it like a Cromwell. Right.
What's he even going to ask? Tank destroyer.
Yeah. Well, we're using the 17 pounder in all these videos. It's the only gun really worth using on it.
Yeah.
I'll go into more details later on. There's not really much to tell you about an 88 with no historical background to it.
Blueprint only,
yeah,
honestly.
So, but this thing's a hell of a grind. It is terrible. Stock, it's horrific. It's one of the worst grinds on any tech tree I've come across. Is the 88. It's pretty boring to play. It relies on its armour and its gun.
Are you an easy target?
Yeah, sitting duck.
Sitting duck.
You're not fast.
What about the line's pretty good there, isn't it? Death Star line.
It's the Death Star line. Eventually, it's the Death Star. I mean, it leads on to AT7, which is pretty much similar, really. Tier 7 one, there's not much difference, but this is at tier 6. We're going to go in how to kill it. I'm going to tell you how to play it to the best of our knowledge. I don't know really got on with it.
Okay, so we're gonna have a look at some clips anyway on this, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got 3 replays coming up from various games, and we'll talk you through what to do.
Okay, go on.
Straight away, power to 8 ratio, 9.91. There you go. I've got it in early for you before you even have a chance to ask me. Again, all your questions out of the way straight away. As you can tell, it's not fast.
You're ruining my part.
20 kilometers an hour.
Is that it?
That's it. And don't bother trying to push this thing. It's not going to work. Forget it. So just leave it alone. He'll get where he wants to get. Yeah. So if you see one, and you think, "Oh, I'll help him out. I'll push him down." No, he's not going to go any quicker. He's capped out at 20. He's not going no faster unless he's going down a hill or a cliff. Okay. Probably the best place for it. The gun, 17 pound. I've already mentioned it. 171 pen.
That's good.
Pretty good on a standard round. 239 on a premium.
That's all right.
Measly 38 on an HE. So I don't take many, as you can tell. It's not really neat. I mean, stuff normally got about 38 mil per.
Do you stay in the game long enough to use these?
Depends on the game. It's a very team-dependent tank. It needs a lot of support because it gets surrounded easy. It traverses horrifically, as you can tell. It's not very fast and it doesn't spin on its axis very quick either.
You're going quite up to the front on this. You're going forward.
It's kind of, you've got to keep up with your team, but not at the front, and I'll explain that later on as we go on. More about the gun, 150 damage.
That's not bad.
Most impressive thing about it, it's accurate.
Okay, what's the reload?
Reload, about, well, we aren't the perks or anything like that, 4.3 seconds with a fantastic 1.7 second aim time. As you can see here, bump, bang, accurate, in, fire.
What's your DPM?
DPM, just over 2,000, 2,092. So this thing, if you can get something to sit in front of it long enough, can shred something. The problem with sitting in front of this thing is, if you're sat still shooting something, you sat still, and your weak spots are quite easily found, especially in an high tier match, tier 8, tier 7 tank. It'll blow through you easy. Cupola and the right hand side of the front of the tank is where, looking at it from the back, so the left hand side, as you look at it from the front, is very weak.
You can do side on as well, because there's a weak part in between the tracks, isn't there?
Yeah, that's not very much armour on there at all either, but generally the side armour is pretty good, 102 mil. If it's angled correctly, it can be quite hard to penetrate. The only problem with angling this tank is the gun arc is not very good. You're going to be pointing, it pretty much shoots where it's pointing, so you end up face on, and that's where it falls down with its armour, because it's flat. If you face on, it's flat, it is literally 203 mil, that's it. And you can see that from penetration in tanks at tier 8 will easily go through front of you, face on.
You're not selling me this, man. You're not selling it.
In a tier 6 match, it can be a bit of an arse. You've seen AT2s, and that's another problem. People have seen AT2s. This comes along, they know what to do. They know to get round you, they know to shoot you in cupola, they know you can't move anywhere. You've not got that little trick you had that, oh my god, what's this thing in front of me, I can't pen it. They know now, people know.
Artillery like it as well.
Artillery like it, you can't move. If you're going to sit in front of this thing, you can see reload on it. It's
pretty good.
Accuracy's good. It's a fantastic gun. My best point about getting this gun is, I think if you get the Archer, and I'm sure the Achilles has the same gun, get it on that first, because that's not as bad a grind. Get the gun opened up and researched on them, and then get to the AT8.
Good point.
The gun's just horrific stock. It is the AT2 gun. I mean, you can see how quick you can snap shots off in it. It's fantastic. It's just this. You can get surrounded so easily, and that's where it comes to play style. If you hang at the back and you're defensive, you've got that gun, you've got that accuracy, but this is where it falls down. 330 metre view range.
That's nothing.
If you've got no support with you, that's why we say it's team dependent. They're going to see you before you see them, even though you're defending. It's blind. It also struggles terribly, not only with gun arc, but gun elevation and depression. So it wants to fight on the flat, basically.
I thought there was quite a lot of gun depression on this.
No, not really. And especially, look, that's as high as the gun goes up. We're looking at it now as we drive down this road. That's it. If anything's higher than that, and you've got no way of manoeuvring this tank to get a turret up or go up a little ramp to your side, you're screwed. And you're screwed. And that makes it even worse if something's above you. You can't shoot it back, and it can shoot down onto the top of your roof, which is even
thinner. It's like paper, isn't it?
That's another drawback of this tank. If something comes up to you big, like the mutant stuff, something like that at tier 8, it can get next to your face hug you and shoot down onto your roof, and you can't do a thing about it.
Aren't you?
You're not running away, you're not getting anywhere. So pretty much playing it defensively is not an option. Playing it right in people's face isn't an option. You kind of need to be mid-range.
It depends what tier you're in.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Mid-range, you need to be with your team if they're still alive, or not running off and leaving you to it. As we've seen in this video, then you're screwed. And this you're going to prove in this video. We've got a few clips here where we're the last man standing. That happens a lot. People tend to not want to sit in front of you. You can see here people struggle to find your weak spots, and you can demolish them if they sit in front of you long enough.
Don't sit in front.
I mean, you can see here, you can get outmanoeuvred by bloody artillery. For God's sake. I mean, we need this artillery out of the way. He's got a bloody good fire rate on that little Burt. And we're going to see, God knows where this shot goes. I don't know where that went. I've got no idea. And that's pretty much it for us. We're on fire. E25's behind us.
You're not carrying an extinguisher?
No, because there's another little thing about this tank. Tracks. People like to track you. They're not easily blown off. They're quite protected, so the artillery is not really going to blow them off, but people like to shoot them in tracks. So I'll take 2 repair kits to get my track back up. And toolbox is another bit of equipment I like to take with this.
And perk as well.
Yeah, they're definite, as well as the quick traverse perk. Spin on your axis. That's another must.
Just stay in this tank long enough to earn all those.
It's a desired skill to play an AT tank, to enjoy it. I mean, I've seen people have fantastic games in Tortoises, but I just don't enjoy it. I don't like plodding on through a game. You can see here, not that many shots, but you still racked up over 2,000 damage and 5 kills. If the team would have stuck about a bit longer, it was always what we could have done in that game. That's what we're saying. You're not carrying the game in an 88. There's no Kolobanov medals getting earned in an 88.
You always got a top gun, you got 5 on this.
Yeah, it's not bad. You're going to see here again. This is what you spend a lot of your time doing when you play 88, driving very slowly, 20 kilometres an hour. As I said, its plus points are its gun. They are everything, especially its fire rate. Fantastic fire rate, 13.95 rounds per minute.
It's got 800 hit points, so you can
That's another good thing of this. It's got almost every tank hit point status.
Yeah, compared to most tank
you're talking 590, something like that if you're lucky. And you can see it, accuracy's good. I mean, the reload's just as good. I know the 150 damage is not... It's not really. Someone's not pained by an 150 damage shot at tier 6. But
chew out,
it's the fact, if you sit in front of one of these things, you deserve to die. That's just one thing you don't do in front of any AT tank. They're all the same, all the way up. Even Tortoise is fantastic fire rate for its tier. Don't sit in front of it. No. It's not hard to get out of the way at front of it either. As you can see here, we're struggling here with the gun elevation.
Yeah, and see it.
It's not.
That's what I mean. It's got a lot of gun depression, but not actually depression. It's just depressing.
That's the other thing about playing it up close and personal. If you get spotted, artillery like it. You're not going anywhere fast. They can hit you quite easily. you're not exactly going to change direction in an heartbeat, so they kind of know where you're heading. If you're sitting still or reversing, they're just shooting at you.
What about some playing tips?
Look here, this is the gun elevation. Can't get it up, we can't get it up. We're having to back up to find a little bit of ground to get that.
Ooh,
and by the time we do, he's gone.
It's gone.
You can see there straight away the problem with this tank. And even the left to right, we've mentioned it, the gun arc, it's not great. So that alone is another problem. Some people say you take optics. I prefer binos just because I can see that a little bit further, maximum view range. But like you say, with a small gun arc, you're constantly moving. It's hard to keep the binos up.
Yeah, it's waste of time.
So it's catch-22. And you'll find this is a cliche with this tank.
What?
It's catch-22 all the time.
Why?
If you're up front and personal with someone, you're banging shots in, but your weak spots are more easy to hit. If you're at the back, they can't hit your weak spots very easy, but you can't see them. So you get picked off, you get surrounded because you're isolated. You can't afford to get isolated. As you can see, there's just another trait of me playing this tank for some strange reason. Teammates like dying at a fast rate.
So we need tips. Give us some tips.
To play this tank, play style medium to close. I'd say close depending on the tier. If it's high tier, tier 8, add a little bit further back than medium view range, keep your distance. Lower tier, get yourself up there in the face, do some damage, use your fire rate, but make sure you're doing it with teammates, because things just get right back. They'll just get straight right back in. You can't do a thing, nothing. You're absolutely useless.
A43s can get round even in a narrow street.
They rammed easy in Cromwells as well, aren't they? I seem to remember.
Yeah, don't ram one in a Cromwell.
Do not ram these AT series tanks that don't end well for you.
Don't drive.
Also, if you can, building wise and cupola wise, you can see the guns all the way to the left of the tank. Not all the way, but you know what I mean. It's off centre. It's the left hand side of the tank. The cupola's over to the right. The weak frontal armour is on the right hand side of your tank as well. On left hand side is you look at it from the front. So hide that corner if you can. It's not as easy as it sounds because of the gun arc.
You can use rocks and buildings quite nice, so can't you, if you
but
can.
It's just when you get in this situation, they're coming at you from every angle. It's just there we go. Boom. Tracks have gone again. That's what I say. People who shoot your tracks. And stop you. I mean, they don't even need to shoot your tracks to get around you. You're that slow moving. So the AT8 gun, brilliant. Movement, shit.
So it's a mobility.
It's a mobility issue, but you can't have it all. You're carrying a great lump of armour about around you, and you can see there. Some people, they know they've got the hit points, just sit in front of you and they aim at your cupola.
The thing is, it's tier 6. You are going to see tier 5s, aren't you? And tier 4s potentially. Yeah,
they're not going to stand a chance. That's why I say in a tier 6 game, get this thing as far forward as you can, as quickly as you can. That's going to sound silly, this thing going 20 kilometres an hour. Get that gun singing straight away, get it firing, and it'll just rip through, especially tier 4s. You'll rip through them in about...
But in tier 8's the opposite. They'll just rip through you without aiming at you.
Yeah, they don't have to aim for your weak spots. They'll just go straight through your frontal armour up front because it's flat.
Anywhere.
It's not angled. We're going to look at the armour later on in the end of the last video, more in depth, and we'll talk more through it there. Give you hints and tips on where to hide it. It'll be easier to understand.
If you can hide it.
As you can see here again, the drive. There's nothing worse than the AT8 when you get in a map and it's massive. You know, like Kesserin or something like that, and you just think, 3 minutes of my life wasted here just driving this just to find somebody. And if it's a tier 8 match, it's even worse because you get killed straight away.
Kidding. Get artillery.
So yeah, you try and keep up with your teammates best you can, or try and be a bit of a shield, if you know what I mean, a bit of a focal point of everybody else's attention, so your teammates can shoot people.
Yeah, it's true. Bait.
Yeah.
Debate. Yeah.
Pretty much, and that's what we're going to do on here. So we've spoke about the armour. It's hard to angle and stuff like that, and this is just an example of what happens when you take this tank and you just put it in people's faces and say what you're going to do about it, and just show you that you can get surrounded and killed, but you can have some fun doing it and take a few wearies.
True. The thing is, there's lots of buildings on this map, so how do you tackle those?
Buildings are catch-22. They're good for this tank and they're bad for it, because a building, you can hide your weak spots, but they can also just drive around it and shoot you from back because you can't move. It's so easily flanked, it's unbelievable. It's not even difficult. Normally some tanks you have to track them and then get round them quick. This don't even worry about it, just drive around it, don't even waste a shot in front of it. just drive around it, then use your shells on back.
If you've got space to drive around it.
It's kind of like that, like we mentioned already. It's like one trick pony. It's frontal armour, and the rest you're going to pen it quite easily if you get it right, shot in right place.
We're saying this isn't a field of ponies, it's just one. The gun.
You speak to me on regular occasions, we work together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I was grinding through this video to make this AT8, I was not in a good mood.
No, salty, very salty.
It was not enjoyable to play. If you're looking for a tank that's fun to play,
don't.
This
No.
This is not, I'll leave it in my garage, I'll take it out when I feel like having a bit of fun.
No.
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 Once you've done this tank, we're moving on. As you can see, this 87, and we get a really massive help in hand by somebody tracking him on top of the hill. Well, we're dead. Straight away, we got affirmative there, thanks for that. It gives me a little affirmative back. Sweet. And at that point I think, great, I've got some great teammates here, I can push on, I've got backup. But they don't like to push on with me.
They stay at the back, at the wall, they're at the wall.
Yeah, and they never move through it.
No.
As you can see here now, we're losing teammates. It's kind of even at this point. We've got one less. Bloody tracking shot. I don't know where this shot goes for the life of me. It's straight into the floor. I talk about a gun being accurate and that, and then it just lets me down. We finish it off. Still not lost any damage.
Or hit points gone.
Now this is where you're thinking. There's tanks everywhere. I'm getting flanked here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to minimise the chance of that. So I'm trying to put myself in a position where if they do flank me, we've got 3 mediums sat in the middle of the map and 2 tanks are behind me, can shoot them if they do try and flank me.
Yeah,
and it's at this point when I do make my move that the mediums either die or run off. And that backup I thought I had, I'm having a look over there, see what's coming. You can't just make that dash move, that advantage or a situation you see. You see a weak link in the front line, if you like to call it, of the enemy team that you can get through and make a defining move in the match. No. It's not happening in an AT8.
No, it's too slow.
Not unless team's really slow. You can see Ziska, he's sitting in front of this thing. There.
You've seen.
That's it. He's got one shot in on us and we've killed him.
Is that the one positive for this tank?
The gun's fantastic. The gun is fantastic. I can't tell you how good that gun is.
Top upgrade gun.
Yeah. Which?
Yeah, it's just the gun.
The 17 pounder.
What? And nothing else good about it.
The armour's good. I wonder what that.
Maybe jump that.
Don't ram it. And we've already mentioned the reasons for not ramming an AT series. We're trying to, and this really gets my goat, the artillery. I've got a full health Tiger nearly, and he shoots the 8BK for 26 just to get a kill. Get the bloody Tiger! He's got his arse to you, you go straight through back of him.
How many hit points you could have had off the Tiger?
We get finished off not by the KV one, bloody Death Toaster. So, as you can see there,
he's got a baby gun on that.
Yeah, I know, he still won't through me. Right, 88. Ooh.
Gone.
You get me angry just talk about, how's this number 5? on reflection, on reflection, I should have put another tank in there, but I'm not going to mention it because then you'll know it's not in the top 5.
Oh,
if you know what I mean. But feel free to dismiss my top 5 when it's fully fledged and that one's not in there and this one is.
I know which one you're on about.
So yeah, we've made it now. We're sticking with it.
It's done. The production has been done.
Yeah. Oh God.
Go on. Have we got any positives?
Positive.
Gun.
Yeah, everything about the gun is a positive. Fire rate, accuracy, damage is not so much, but penetration's brilliant. The gun's fantastic. It has got good frontal armour, situationally.
There's a lot of negatives, because we've got like 4 minutes to fill.
Yeah, there's a lot of negatives. I can fill more than 4 minutes. So yeah, you've already mentioned it as well. You noticed it, 800 hit points is another positive. This tank can take a battering. But normally when you're taking a battering, there's somebody behind you can do a battering anyway, so you might as well have 100 hit points.
Yeah. You like
struggling for positives. Like I said, the armour, it is a positive. 200 female, but you can see here where it's spinning around, it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat, and you can see that gun mount there to your left hand side, the like machine gun port. It's a weak spot, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is very weak.
That is the side of the tank. You see there's a split in the seam?
Yeah.
That is where you need to be shooting. To the left hand side where the machine gun port picks out, that is a weak spot of the frontal armour. If not, just shoot the cupola. And as you can see here, we're straight into the army. There you go, bang. You can see straight away it's just 71 to 90mm thick around the machine gun port, and then the casing around that is even thinner, 31 to 50. Frontally, if you can't get that cupola, and another little nasty little thing that this has got up its sleeve, AT8, as you can see on this point, is them two little other mini cupolas, like machine gun turret things on the top of the tank, eyed the main cupola, and the tough little mother suckers as well. So sometimes they can deflect straight. You think, I've shot him straight in cupola. You ain't, you've hit one of them.
Oh, but if you look at the armour, it's less on the mini cupolas than it is on the big cupola.
I think they don't count.
They don't count.
So they're not damageable items. So they can be a little bit nasty. They can stop your shot in the cupola. I mean, the cupola's not small, is it?
No, it's a beast. It's huge.
Yeah, so
huge.
And especially if you can get above that tank, it's even easier to hit. If you're like below it, bit tricky. Like I said again, shoot the left hand side of the front of the hull. It is a weak spot.
Yeah, but don't forget the in between the tracks, between 31 and 50mm, very, very thin.
You can see it all around. It's just 100mm everywhere else. And if you can angle that, it can be quite formidable. So shoot it when you're straight onto it is the best chance. It's flat. So if you're driving outside of it, shoot it when you're bang level with side. Same with rear. Don't shoot it at an angle because there's a chance you can skid off it. It's not a guaranteed penetrating shot.
It's easy to destroy, do you think?
Yeah. Depending on what you're in. If you're in a big slow ass heavy, then no.
No, you can't.
But if you're in the Cromwell's, just got a field day with. You've already mentioned A43s. It's same. They don't even need to be fast. To be honest with you, T43s and stuff like that. Tier 7 will just go. Even half at tank destroyers will just drive straight round you. And
definitely.
So we've already mentioned that we're going to go into negatives now. I've got a list as long as my arm. We're sure we've only got 2 minutes left. It's slow. It's got flat armour. Its gun arc's terrible. Its elevation depression is terrible.
Oh, God.
Crap view range, 330m. Signal range ain't great at 550 either. It's horrific stock. Horrific. It's just useless. If you get a tier 8 with its stock, just drown yourself or something, because you're not doing anything.
We don't do stuff like that.
You're not doing anything in that game. You've got an AT2 gun in a tier 8 match.
Nothing.
You're not doing anything. You just hit points for enemy team.
They might have a light tank in that tier 8 game.
Yeah, right. Well, you've already briefly mentioned perks that you've on, toolboxes and repairs. You kind of need them. Just your first one, 6 cents. I always have 6 cents. If I were picking equipment for it, I go toolbox, I go vents, and I go binos, but optics are an option depending on your playstyle.
Yeah, it's because you need to keep moving it because of gun traverse. I'd go optics, I think.
So, major tips for it: play Archer and Achilles first. I can't remember which one it is. It might be both. Get that 17-pounder gun first, and then you're away. You ain't got to grind your way through it. Keep your distance. Do your best.
Could you 3 XP it? Get past it.
Oh, because AT7's pretty much the same next to
Oh,
it.
no.
So, there's not much difference all the way through then until you get to
Killers 05, let's say this is a wrap on the AT8. It's number 5 for a reason, in its tier 6 tank destroyers. Thanks for watching. Laters.